Hello, here's Ray from Hermiston Station for OSU. Today I would share my study about cover crop diversity and the take-home message and based on first year data and this, we found for three brassica family crop and one cool-season crop ryegrass, maybe the promising cover crop for the Columbia Basin. So Columbia Basin is an important agriculture region for irrigating the crop. Growers use a lot of fertilizer, pesticide, water in order to achieve the best crop yield. However, they face they are facing stringent regulation because irrigating land is considered one of the major contributors to groundwater nitrate leaching contamination. And actually, growers monitor the fertilizer irrigation very carefully during the cropping season, but the nitrate level still remain or even increase, so which may highly related with degradation of soil health. And also growers have a lot of concern about soil health and agriculture sustainability. In the region, and growers have already noticed the importance of cover crop in field management. However, in general, the cover crop information is quite limited. And so far, and the cover crop options also very limited. And in many cases, the grower repeat the same crop as a wheat, for example. And because wheat can be the rotational crop and often grow after potato, before potato. And so then when they grow the wheat again as a cover crop, so that means repeating same crop. So it's not a sustainable solution for the soil resource conservation and crop production sustainability. Also, it may improve the disease and insect pressure because the life cycle is not broken. To solve the problem and selecting more cover crops is needed, especially for the crops they grow fast and tolerate cold, and they can update more residual nitrate should be the ideal cover crops. So the objective for the study is select the best performing cover crop during post-harvest season, evaluate the cover crop impact on the soil health and quality, provide information to growers. And um, we started the study last year from August 15 to this year, March 16. The first study mainly focused on selecting the ideal variety. So the study included 5 cool season grass. This is the list. 5 warm season grass. This is the list. And 5 legume. This is a list. And 5 brassica. This is a list. During the growth, we've had a serious issue for parsley, and so we spray chemicals to also use a manual weed for brassica. So these two chemical for the bean plant, this for grass plant. This happens 3 weeks after planting. The experimental design is a randomized complete block design with 4 reps. So in total there are 80 plus, and the individual plant has a size 6 feet wide and 15 feet long, holding 7 rows of plants. This is basic information for cover crop seeding. So this is for cool season grass, warm season grass, and this is legume, and this is brassica. The unit is a part per acre. This information about the temperature, so we can see here 32 line across. So whenever the temperature lower than this, that means there's a frost issue. So the early frost actually happened in early October, then with the season. So and the weather getting colder and colder. And about the precipitation, so September has total precipitation up to 1.8 inches. Then for the rest months in general, October, November is quite dry, and then December to March is a little bit wet. And to promote the crop growth, we also apply water. So the water, this value is based on the weekly, and the data point is the end of the each week. So from beginning is 1.5 to the levels 0.3 from mid-August to the end of October. So this is the irrigation. So for the separate field observation, we observe the plant height biomass and happen on October 8 to 9 before first frost. Plant growth was observed throughout the trial, and the survived plant through the winter was unidentified. The result about the cover crop germination. Generally, the germination look okay for all the crop. This is cool season. As warm season, this is like the brassica, and this is a legume. But this is an example for the wheat press a lot personally. This is 5 weeks after sowing. So example for the cool season crop. In general, they are quite similar for wheat, barley, triticale, and oat. So I just put one picture here. This is a ryegrass. The plant much shorter than the other cool season crop. This is warm season crop. 3 good performing crops. So this is approximately millet, pearl millet, and the sorghum Sudan. This is brassica, turnip, radish, kale, and brassica. So the rest one like rape is in general the plant is very limited. I mean, in many cases you cannot see the plant. This is about legume, veg, pea, cowpea, and clover. Either plant is too short, and also we have the serious weeds issue. So around 7 weeks after planting, we did the field measurement. At that time, the growing stage for the cool season crop, except ryegrass, all up to the blooming or the heady stage. For the warm season, one has up to heady stage, the rest is vegetative. So the legume and either vegetative or flower stage, but in general, plant is short or not so many plant, and brassica or the vegetative stage. This is about plant height. Overall, the cool season grass, this 3 has the highest plant height, and the legume plant, they relatively shorter, and also the canopies they can cover much small area. About plant coverage, and for the brassica family, except rape, the rest has a good coverage. And the blue color means the crop coverage. Brown color means the wheat percentage. And for the cool season crop, in general, they have a good coverage, and the wheat is very limited. For the warm season crop, we can see the proso millet, and also we have the Sudan, sorghum Sudan, and the pearl millet. They have a good coverage, and the rest crops not so competitive. The legume crop in general has a poor coverage because of poor competition. This plant biomass, the higher biomass larger than 1 ton per acre was sold for the crop for the brassica, turnip, kale, and forage brassica. For the cool season crop, like all the wheat, barley, triticale, and oat, also the good biomass. And for the warm season, proster millet, pearl millet, sorghum Sudan has good biomass, and the legume crop in general has a low biomass. So this is how the crop look like after 3 months. So actually for the brassica family, the radish suffer the cold stress. Of course, all the crops suffer, but this is more serious and killed this time. And for the cool season, except brassica, so all the rest crop suffered the cold stress and died. This is about the warm season. So actually, they died right after the initial frost. For the legume crop in general, they are quite small. And also pea, this is a veg, they already suffer the stress. This is clover, tiny plant. So this is an observation in March of this year. So in general, turnip, kale, and forage brassica still show the good growth. And for the cool season crop, only ryegrass survived. Legume crop, we have clover survive, but the plants so tiny. So this is what we have based on what we have. And summary, there's a possibility to increase cover crop diversity during post-harvest season. First year data suggests 3 brassica and 1 cool season crop, ryegrass, may be promising cover crop for the region. We need more data in order to make the conclusion. Further research needed include continued cover crop selection, evaluate the cover crop impact on soil health, and also evaluate the potential impact on the main crop after cover crop. For example, this is how the root look like. We saw, especially for the brassica, inside the root there's some insects survived, and also the root is a rod, so maybe related with some pathogen. So we need to do something to understand the impact for the following crop. So acknowledge to the farm crew for the field management and the student technician for the field management, measurement, and harvest. By that, I would stop and take any question if you have. So here's my email. If you do not have question now, you can ask me later. Thank you.